Why were you born into the family you were born into? Why are you so different than your siblings? Why do your parents not understand you? Why do your kids almost seem like strangers? Our soul before we got here had a signature all its own, a music, a melody, a sound, a vibration, a spirit unto itself. And this spirit was full of experiences, pain, loss, love, and life. And in its next incarnation, it wanted to experience something new. And the more newness or change that your soul was craving, the more this life, this family, this experience will seem out of place. If you feel like a misfit within your own family, it's typically one of two things. On the first level, you're actually very similar to them, but you have a very distorted perspective of yourself. And so until you see yourself clearly, this is kind of the ugly duckling syndrome, then you will not see that connection to your family. The second explanation is that as a soul before this life, you truly wanted a big change. And so you were sent somewhere where you really would be a misfit because you wanted to experience being a misfit. Why are we attracted to the parents we're attracted to? Well, we're attracted to that point of vibration because there's something that is a match to us. Like attracts like. Does that mean that we're all exactly like our mother or our father? No, it means that perhaps what they were questioning about their life, you actually had the answer to. Or perhaps what you were questioning about life, they would actually have the answer to. That answer might not be wrapped up with a pretty bow. It might actually be the very answer of don't do this. This is the last thing you want to do. And that's exactly what your parents gave you. An intimate, step-by-step process of what not to do. And the picture of this is even larger. It's not just the parents that you're a match to. It's the siblings, it's the friends, it's the family, it's the place, it's the town, it's the people. The whole story that would unfold, you were a match to that vibration. The moment that you were born and the circumstances surrounding it are very interesting to analyze because a lot of times there are strong parallels to what the parents were experiencing in the time leading up to your birth as well as the moment of your birth and who you are as an individual. This often explains a lot of the differences between the siblings' different rising sign and moon sign and also the vast array of personalities. If you have a scenario where the parents are in a financial struggle, or maybe they're at a dark moment, you'll probably have a child that has more past lives dealing with these same financial poverty and psychological struggle. If you have a baby born at a time where the two parents are thinking about starting a business and they're working on venturing out into a new field, you probably have a child who has a past life experience with areas of leadership or perhaps more entrepreneurial or brave or some of these themes that the parents are living. Because a child is a manifestation of the parents at that moment. And who the parents are during 1 year of their life is very different than who they are in the next 3 years or 4 years of their life. It's important to know that the parents are not manifesting the existence of that child's spirit, but rather they are living a reality that is like a honing beacon for that actual spirit. There's something similar, some common ground that attracts those beings. Also, the influence of the siblings. There could be scenarios where you're actually drawn to that sibling's signature, and it's not just what the parents are going through, but what the siblings are also going through and experiencing. If you really think your child is difficult, then you have to do a hard look at who you are, what you want out of life, what's standing in your way, and what you'll probably find is the way that that child excels is the exact way that you wish you had a bit more of, and creating more balance within yourself and learning what you can from this child, which is the manifestation of your own desires. The ways that your soul wanted to grow would find answers here. And this is exactly why parent and child relationships are so challenging, because it's not going to be the person you're most comfortable with. Frankly, that's going to be a best friend, somebody who's going to tell you what you want to hear and give you that cheerleading support. But a child or a parent, on the other hand, that's that real delve deep area where you will have to spend so much time with this person and you will really have to grapple with it. Because if it was such an easy fit, if there was no learning, if there was no challenge, if there was no growth, then what would be the point? What would be the point of having the perfect daughter, having the perfect mother, having the perfect life? It's through all these imperfections that we see what our soul really is craving. It sees what the real meaning behind life is. This craving, this challenge, is what catapults us forward. Inertia. So next time you think to yourself, why do I have such a challenging child? Instead, think to yourself, what a blessing, what a gift. When people decide to have children, they're deciding that they are ready for a change. There's no two ways about it. They're craving a change. And that's exactly what life is going to give you. I've always found it amazing that people want children. Because if you look at it from a base level of desire, a selfish level of desire, they don't offer anything. Your freedom, your money, your time, the house being clean, all gone. And now you're saddled with responsibilities and commitment to a type of love that will always be uneven. You will always give more. That's how it's designed. But from a spiritual standpoint, they offer an opportunity to find flaws, to find things that are holding us back. They will find every crack in your veneer and make it painfully obvious to you. And it will become your decision what you're going to do about it. To open up those childhood wounds, to reanalyze your coping mechanisms, to look at your relationship with your spouse and see what needs to be changed. Whatever area of the parent-child relationship has the most friction is the area that will be the most growth. That is the exact area where both people have the possibility of shining a light to the other. Now, sometimes there are situations where one person is not willing to come to the table anymore. And in those scenarios, it's incredibly painful because the full healing is not able to take effect. But that doesn't mean that the healing within yourself can't be taking place. The lessons and the wisdom that you can gain from your experiences are still there for you to take, no matter how your parent or your child is walking away from that opportunity. There's always a chance that they'll come back, but remembering that their life is theirs, to respect that they are their own creator, that they are here to make their own decisions. And the most powerful voice you have to get that message to them is to live your truth, to make that positive change in your life, to live that example. Hope you enjoyed this video on children and parent dynamic, and come back for the next video.